రంగారెడ్డి జిల్లా ఆదిబట్లలో టాటా బోయింగ్ వైమానిక విడిభాగాల తయారీ పరిశ్రమకు శంకుస్థాపన చేశారు కేంద్ర మంత్రి పారికర్. ఈ సందర్భంగా మంత్రి కేటీఆర్ మాట్లాడుతున్నారు. ఇప్పుడు లైవ్ చూద్దాం.
Of launching investor-friendly policies such as TS IPAS, which does not require you to actually seek a clearance from the state government. It allows you to self-certify as an entrepreneur coming into the state. This is found nowhere else in India, not in any other state in India. All applications and industrial approvals are online, transparent, time-bound, seamless, and like I said, are based on self-certification. The act that I just mentioned, the TS IPAS, also provides for stiff penalty on erring employees who cause delays. I'm glad to also announce that we've granted more than 2,130 industrial approvals under TS IPAS in the last 10 months alone. We've also created 3 dedicated aerospace and defense parks through the TSIIC, the Telangana State Industrial Infrastructure Corporation, besides an aerospace park operated by our airport authority, the GMR, where leading domestic and foreign OEMs and their vendors are setting up their units. The government is also coming up with an aerospace and defense policy in tandem with a lot of inputs from the industry. We're working on establishing also an Aero Skill Academy in Hyderabad in, again, conjunction with a lot of international partners. We also look forward for making Telangana the choice manufacturing-based global aerospace and defense OEMs worldwide. Today, as you're already aware, with Tata Advanced Systems Limited as the anchor, we already have several players such as Sikorsky, Lockheed Martin, Pratt & Whitney. I think now with Boeing coming in, the credibility and the reputation of Telangana and Hyderabad as a potential hub for aerospace and defense in India has only grown manifold. So once again, I'd like to compliment both Boeing, Tata Advanced Systems, and also Honorable Defense Minister for encouraging more and more aerospace and defense players coming into India. So I'd like to close by saying one thing. Under your leadership, under the leadership of Honorable Prime Minister, and under the leadership of our Honorable Chief Minister of Telangana, we are looking forward to making our state and country more and more investor-friendly. We are looking also to attract more and more investment, not just into the top-notch sector, such as aerospace, but also we are trying to create a bigger ecosystem where the small and the medium sector and the supply chain which logically flows in also gets created right here in the city of Hyderabad. Once again, I congratulate Boeing, Tata Advanced Systems Limited, and I would really like to thank the Honorable Defense Minister for taking 2 days of his valuable time and spending it in Hyderabad. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, I would now like to invite our chief guest, Honorable Raksha Mantri, Shri Manohar Parrikar, to kindly address the gathering and share a few thoughts with all of us.
Thank you. Out of paucity for time, I will not take everyone's name, but all dignitaries on the dais and those in the audience. Let me first acknowledge that Boeing kept their word, promise which was given to me after we concluded the Apache and Chinook deal, that for offset, this particular facility will be located in India, and by shifting it from the place where they already have the header facility, I appreciate keeping their word, and I always think that those who remember what they say at the time of celebration and complete them afterwards are people to be noted for future references. So let me acknowledge Boeing for this deal. Let me also make it clear that policies are aplenty. I have seen as a Chief Minister of a state, Honorable IT Minister KTR, he mentioned about friendly policies. I have, as a chief minister and a politician of quite a big standing and one who is fond of reading, I have read many industrial policies. And I have seen the glossier the policy is, more attractive it is printed. You can be sure that it is done by someone who doesn't know anything on the ground, because it's done by a consultant. I'm not saying getting things done through a consultant is always bad, but what is required is hand and application of mind by the government or the minister concerned. I believe that while drafting a good policy is an basic lesson you require, a success depends on execution. If you don't execute, a policy does not work. And I have seen the seeds of good execution in Telangana, and for a very short time I am with you, and I am ready to take your word that you will execute whatever you are promising based on whatever I could see. In our Kokni, there is one proverb which says that Bhatavil and Shitachi. That means if you want to check up the quality of rice, and when you cook it, whether it is done properly or not, you can take one or two small samples, grains, and check the cooking. Then you can make out whether the full cooking is properly done or not. So you can make out from one or two instances whether the things would go properly. And I have seen at least the tea herb, though I didn't get a cup of tea there.
Next time.
I found a very innovative and a positive mind, and that too executing certain initiatives which are thought of. So here is a team which probably dreams, gets up right in time early in the morning and doesn't loiter, and execute the dream. So you need to sleep and dream properly to get a vision or dream to execute, but also get up in time to execute those dreams. So I will definitely help from my side. A lot of people ask me about FDI inflow into India on defense initiatives of Make in India, and this is one of the initial big FDI. Things do take time. Make in India in defense, even if I place order, doesn't happen overnight because it requires time period to mature. No, army items are not procured off the shelf. Unlike you buy a TV or you buy a mobile, which you just walk into a shop, pay the money and come out with a product you want. Army or defense products normally do not come off the shelf. They have to be manufactured after you place an order. And to place an order itself take a hell of a lot of time. I think Pratyush will agree with me. With everyone, Tom, Dick, Harry sitting in the department who doesn't understand anything about the actual product, asking some vague and sometimes funny questions also, sometimes relevant questions. And then after he satisfies himself, getting transferred and someone else coming and raising the different kinds of query again. I think procurement in defense is a item which should require to be insured for the risk. We are trying to speed up the process, and I expect a lot of indigenization and a Make in India in coming months. I once again appreciate the efforts of Tata and Boeing together for this plant, which will not only bring good FDI but generate a substantial number of well-trained, skilled manpower jobs. I would like to also say that we are working on skilling manpower for the aviation system. We are working with Boeing on how to train people for what we want to happen. That is, if you want aerospace technology to come here and construct, let us say, though I don't commit anything for FAT. Let me put the disclaimer, but I am definitely in process of developing of one or two fighter make in India projects. And when I say I don't disclaimer, doesn't mean you are out also. So the two incidents should not be linked with press, because Indian press is very imaginative. So that's why I am making this statement. But we are in process of putting up 2-3 different projects in Make in India, in aviation sectors, which will require the environment creation and the skilled manpower. So skilling is also an aspect which is being taken up, and I expect the current financial year should deliver a lot of such decisions from the government, so that we can see really Make in India happening like this in large scale by the end of 2016 and 17. I thank Tata and Boeing for waiting almost a month for my confirmation of this time. Thank you very much for calling me, and thanks for the support by Telangana government. And I would request the three ministers here that this momentum is kept up with a very clean and clarity about the target. If it is done, there is no reason why people will not come. The business always wants a very predictable route, which is what the government should deliver. You are doing that job, and I appreciate it. I will definitely do whatever I can do. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. May I now request Mr. Sukran Singh and Mr. Dave Cooper-Smith to hand over a memento to Mr. S. Christopher, Director General DRDO, as a token to commemorate this occasion.